Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Evan Peruski of Ubly Football. How's it going?
Pretty good.
So, oh, I think that was a bug right there.
Yeah,
Um,
I think it was.
yeah. So what was how has it been how's it been since it's about a pretty much about a month since the game happened? How's this thing going since has it hit you yet since that you won that you won a state title and all that?
Um, it's kind of weird because I never ever imagined me becoming state champ, but just like you said, it's been a month. It's kind of synced in. It's pretty cool because you have people from all around the community telling you like, "Hey, man, congratulations!" People from all over the area. It could be from Lakers, Harbor Beach, Cass City. Just they're so proud. They're proud of us. For bringing one home because it's basically been one team every 10 years. It's last time someone's won a state championship in football has been Harbor Beach, and that was basically 10 years ago. So it's been pretty cool this last month.
Yeah. From from the perspective of, go being down at Ford Field and, you know, being a part of that. And I know you guys were there last year and all that stuff, but this year coming home, winning it, like what did that feel like for you?
Um, it was honestly a crazy feeling because like on the bus, like it just the whole bus ride, leaving the stadium, everyone in the locker room, like we honestly didn't know what to think. We're like, there's no way we actually just did this, and just it was such a crazy feeling. I think for the whole first couple days, none of us thought it was real. I mean, you get like everyone's face on the bus ride home. Everyone was starstruck. We were just like, oh my god, we actually did it. But yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Um, so going into, this thing, and now it's been, what position did you play?
I played quarterback, and then I was secondary,
I,
like defensive back. So
yeah, I forgot about that. So what was it like just, playing both sides of the ball? I know Ubly's not a big town, but what's it like to just kind of learn both sides of things?
um, it's definitely a little more of a challenge because obviously we're not one side players, so you got to learn two positions. So just when you're taxed with that, you have to, I say, keep a focus throughout the game more. We can't go on the sideline, kind of relax a little bit, catch our breath completely. We're going from offense to defense, and then special teams kicking off. What it's it's you definitely have to. There's a lot more to it in regards to, like I said, just staying focused a lot more, and you got to put in a lot more work, and you got to be in good condition because someone like me, I the only time I'm off the field is on kickoff, and yeah, that's it, kickoff. So
Yeah. So like, most memorable play that you've made. This could be offense or defense.
throughout this season,
Yeah.
Um, I definitely have to say the play at Ford Field where I threw it to the touchdown I threw to Ryan. That was definitely a cool play because me personally, that was the first time I've ever scored at Ford Field the last three times I've been there. So that felt pretty good. But it was just a cool feeling because it was fourth down too. And if we don't get that, it's a big momentum swing for them. But if we obviously score, it ended up being a big momentum swing for us. So that was definitely the coolest and funnest play of this year for me.
Okay. So to what would coming home and getting the reception from the crowd and all that stuff, what was that like to see the whole town just come to the game and then come home and celebrate with you guys after you get back?
It was cool. Just the people when we got back to this, actually when we got back right off of right when we got on Atwater Road coming back towards Ubly, there was people lined up on houses. We actually got an escort uh by some sheriffs. Basically, once we got right out of Marlette coming home, we had sheriff pull out in front of us, and I think there's police behind us too. So we basically got a police escort 45 minutes, from home, and then once we got to Atwater Farms, there was fire trucks from Harbor Beach, Bingham. bad acts, all over, just escorting us down Main Street right to the school, and it was pretty cool. There's people lined up on the streets, shooting confetti everywhere, and just people lined up, and just it was pretty cool.
What was it like to get a state title for coach to go out as he's on his way out as he of course retired after this game, but what was it like to get coach a state championship in his final game?
It was pretty cool. I know the seniors especially it meant a lot because basically all of us played for him for the last 4 years since we were freshmen. Even if a lot of the seniors this year were freshmen when he first started and played on JV, but it was that was definitely the goal in mind. I mean, we at first we didn't know if it was possible, but as the season went along, we're like, hey man, well, this could be something we could possibly do. So it meant a lot. And then me personally, I played for him I was on varsity for 4 years. So definitely winning one for him since I was on varsity for 4 years means a lot. It was always in the back of my mind, like, hey man, I'm probably gonna be playing for this guy for 4 years. So it'd be pretty sweet if we could win him one before he retires.
Yeah.
So it meant a lot.
So, also there's you're the only undefeated team in 11-man football in the state of Michigan after this past season. What was that? What was it? That's another badge of honor you guys have too, because now you have the longest winning streak in the active winning streak in all of Michigan high school 11-man football.
That's pretty cool. If you look at it, divisions 1 through 8, even 8-man, that's a crazy, thing to accomplish. It's something you never think you'd ever accomplish. We're 27-1 now. I mean, that's crazy. The last 2 years, um, just definitely something you never think of, and it's just hearing that it's crazy, honestly.
Yeah. What has this program just meant to you? And now, have you had time to reflect back on your time playing Ubly football?
I've definitely thought about it a little bit. I kind of just go through the years, some of the memorable games I played. I've been around the program. I remember being on the sidelines when I was, fourth grader for the varsity games, just watching them, and up till there until I got to varsity. Just kind of reflecting back, I'm very thankful for what the Ubly football community's given me. It's definitely been an honor to play for it. To me, it's for our area. It's a very, I guess you could say legendary, or football program for what we've accomplished the last 10 years, basically. Um, but yeah, the last couple of weeks I've kind of reflected on it. Looking back, like how I'm gonna miss playing. Just the game, just especially against your rivals like Harbor Beach, Cass City, Sandusky, like those games. You think of the most. You're like, man, it's just kind of weird. You know, like it's weird thinking I'm not gonna ever, play another high school football game ever again. So,
Yeah. Um, what does football mean to you?
um, it's definitely been my life basically for the last 10 years. I started playing football, or basically 12 years. I started playing youth football when I was a first grader. I didn't play very much, but I was just out there with the guys, trying to have some fun when I was younger. But a bit football is my life basically for the last 10 years, like I've said, and just it, it it's just I love it. I've played it my whole life. It's a simple game. My whole family's basically played it. I've watched it growing up on TV. Um, it definitely means a lot.
Yeah. So going into, this what is next for you?
Now, yeah, I actually got I don't know if anyone saw on Twitter. I got an offer from Siena Heights College, Division II. They actually offered me after the game they gave me a scholarship, I think, yeah, for defensive back. So that's kind of in question right now. But then, I plan on going to the workforce. I actually plan on going to Alpena Community College to become electrical lineman. So people that work on overhead power lines, I plan on doing that. So, but I guess I'm definitely going to take a look at Siena Heights, see what it has to offer. I'll probably eventually end up going out there pretty soon to see, to tour the college and meet the coach that gave me an offer and just look around. So, um, but yeah, that's basically what I have planned for right now.
Um, you know, why did you want to go into possibly what excited you about trades and stuff?
Um, Well, I guess one, I guess like so for the job I'm going into, electrical lineman, uh, you're outside all the time. For that type of job, you can easily tour the country because there's things called storm crews. So like when a hurricane goes through or a wildfire, they need people to put up poles in the ground and basically run power everywhere. For whatever got destroyed, or so examples like the Carolinas and Florida, the coast down there, they get hit with hurricanes basically every year or storms go through. So one, I mean, you're busy all the time, and the pay is good, and I love being outside, and I don't really mind the weather, whether it's downpouring rain or if it's 100 degrees outside. It doesn't really bother me. So
All right. Evan, let's get to know you a little bit. How about that?
okay, sweet.
Favorite football player growing up?
Ooh, definitely. Ooh, that's tough. I'd definitely say Russell Wilson.
Okay.
I liked him growing up. The Seattle, yep. When he played for Seattle.
Yeah. Um, okay, favorite team, like, favorite team to root for. It could also be your fantasy team too if you play that.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go. Growing up, definitely the Golden State Warriors. I feel like that's kind of a common one with Steph Curry and Clay, and when those guys play together. So
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. What was your what was or actually I'll say this. Favorite movie.
ooh, favorite movie. I definitely have to say Rambo: First Blood.
Yeah. Um, okay. Um, Favorite TV or streaming show that you're into right now or you were into in the past?
Definitely The Walking Dead. I love that show. I was kind of a fanboy of that show when I was younger.
Okay. Um, let's see. Favorite vacation spot.
Ooh, I definitely have to say. Can this be like places I've been or like just
Yeah,
like my
it's gonna be
wild
places to
wonder?
see. It could be either.
Okay. I definitely say ooh, I definitely say Florida. I
Okay.
guess that's kind of a basic spot, but definitely Florida. I like the warm climate. I'm fine with that. I've always loved Florida.
Yeah. Finally, what is something people do not know about you?
Ooh, that's tough. Ooh, oh, that's tough. It's something people don't know about me. Man, I was gonna say I always used to say when people ask me that I could dunk a basketball because I'm pretty short, but something people don't know about me. Oh, that's tough. I guess I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go. Yeah, just dunk at a basketball. I think if people look at me, it's kind of like that kid can't. Like I'm 5'10". I'm not very tall, but I guess that's kind of one of my super strengths, if you could say. I could dunk a basketball. So
For sure. All right. All right, Evan. Thanks so much for the time as always. We'll talk to you soon.
thank you, Casey.